Hello Werewolf Army, this is Jaden from Jaden's Videos, back with another Wolfman review, and this Wolfman review is on animated life-size Regan. And I got this as a part of my giant Halloween 2017 haul number 2. Animated life-size Regan is sold at Halloween City for 2017. I'm not sure if all stores have her, but I know mine did, and that's where I got her. She was $160 or $170, I believe, but she was only $120 with a coupon. It is very cool to have her because I've wanted her for a long time now, and she is an officially licensed horror character, of course, from the movie The Exorcist. And she was actually, this is another reason it's very cool to have her, she was sold at Spirit Halloween all the way back in 2011, so it is definitely very cool to finally have this prop. She looks very cool, her detail is great, she looks a lot like she does in the movie, of course. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a very good movie, so I highly recommend you see it. It's very creepy, too. It's voted the scariest movie of all time, so be prepared. But she's got all these cool wounds and scars in her head, and it just looks so awesome. She's got those white, possessed-looking eyes, because, of course, if you haven't seen the movie, this isn't really a major spoiler, because before you see the movie, you should already know this, just from knowing about the movie and what it is. Pretty much everyone knows this who's heard of the movie. She is possessed by a demon, and the whole movie is her going through the stages of possession, and then finally when the movie reaches the climax, it's the exorcism taking place, and I'm not going to spoil what happens in the exorcism in this review, just in case you haven't seen the movie. But that's pretty much the whole idea of the movie, and it's definitely very creepy. But you've got all of her scars on her face, which look great, from the holy water, of course. When it is splashed on her, she starts getting scars. And then you've got her mouth, which looks awesome. It's got those cracked lips, which are like it does in the movie. And then she's got the vomit spilling out of her mouth, like in the movie, because she does puke quite a lot in a movie, and she just projectile vomits at points. And her puke is definitely one of her most memorable things in the movie about her character. She's in her nightgown, of course, because the whole exorcism scene, of course, takes place in her bedroom, in her bed. So she's got the vomit, which I really love. The vomit is like stained onto her nightgown, which looks great. There's none on the back, but it still looks cool on the back. She still looks cool and creepy. It's kind of, which this is really cool. Her rib cage does show in the movie when her like nightgown is lifted up a little, or lifted down, really. But it does show a little bit in the movie, her rib cage, actually a lot, because of course she's starving because she can't eat or anything while she's possessed. So like I really like how they incorporated it in the prop to have her rib cage. And the cool thing is it's not like a separate rib piece under here, so I don't really know how they did it, but they have this they have the fabric formed in a certain way that it creates a rib cage. I think it might actually be better if they made like an actual rib cage under there, because I'm not sure how long it's going to stay in that formation, but it's definitely really cool how they got it to work like that. There's a lot of vomit down here, which I love. It's very cool. And then there's some blood down here. And I think I know the reason the blood is in that spot, but I'm not going to talk about it. If you've seen the movie, you know why. Here's her hands with the scars. It may just be blood, from her or from someone she's killed, because she does kill some people in the movie. You never see her kill them, but she does kill some people. But anyways, her hands look great. They are rather small, but then again, she's only supposed to be 12 years old. Still, I don't think 12-year-old hands are this small, but then again, it doesn't really matter. But they definitely look very cool and have a lot of cool detail, and the scars look great. And then down here, her feet look awesome too. They have tons of scars on them. And this is one of my favorite parts about the base and just the whole look of her feet and stuff. There's the vomit on the base too, which looks very, very cool, and the detail on it is great. It actually looks like real puke, and it kind of glistens too. It has a very glossy appearance, which is definitely very cool and a very cool feature of this prop. She has try me, off, and sensor. Her sensor is motion and sound activated, which is awesome. So I'm going to flip her switch right now so you can see her in action. She definitely is a very, very cool prop. So her sensor is on. It's the on position, so I just turned her on, and I'll play her right now. She speaks 6 phrases, all from the movie. One of them is her normal voice before she's possessed, which is the "my bed was shaking," and then all of the other ones are her possessed voice, so the demon speaking through her.
I can't get to sleep. Do you know what she did? Your haunting daughter?
So those were all of her phrases, and I know you can't really tell on the video, but she also shakes. I know you can't tell it on the video, but she shakes rather violently, which is very cool. She does have a lot of movement, and for $170, it's definitely a pretty good price because this is a licensed prop, and she's got 3 things of movement. Her head spins all the way around, her mouth moves, and she shakes. And especially since I paid $120, that's definitely worth it, because $120 is really a very good price for a licensed prop that has 3 things of movement. And if you've never seen the movie, and I'm sure you've seen the iconic, even if you haven't seen the movie, you've seen the iconic scene where she spins her head around. But she spins her head while they're doing the exorcism. She sits up in bed, and she spins her head completely around while they're saying, like, Bible verses to drive the demon out. And it's definitely a very creepy scene. And it's very cool. So I'm very glad that they incorporated that in the prop. But on the Wolfman review rating scale, I am going to give animated life-size Regan 5 out of 5 claw marks because she's definitely very cool. She's a licensed prop and her price is very good for that. And if you can find her, I highly recommend you pick her up. Of course, she's not new for this year. She's been around since 2011, so it may be kind of hard to find her. But if you can, I do recommend you pick her up for sure, because she is a very cool prop. I hope you all enjoy. Keep howling at the moon, my werewolves. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.